This is my first build in a few years. I was asked by a buddy of mine if I could put together a PC for him. We had a budget of about $1,000, and this is kind of what we came up with. This is a Cooler Master 430 Elite case, which I'll get into it in a little bit. Was not one of my favorite cases to build on, not in it by a long shot. We have the MSI 970A G45 motherboard in there, an FX quad core, 3.6 gigahertz. It's overclocked to 4 right now. It's cooled by the Corsair h100, which you could see the radiator mounted up there. It also has the Corsair Vengeance RAM, 16 gigabytes of it. Kind of get a shot of it right there. We have a 6870 Sapphire video card. We don't have it cross-fired yet. We're still waiting on the other vid card to show up, so we're just operating with the one at the moment. And everything is powered by 850 watt power supply. It's an ATX format for the board, of course. Also threw in 2 cold cathodes, blue lights to match the side panel lights that we have on the clear panel, which I'll show you guys. You can see it right there. Just nice, simple, plain. So when we first got this 430 Elite, we had no idea that it had no cable management capabilities whatsoever. It was a very tight fit. I did the best I could in hiding all the cables, which I'll start from the top there, and you can see, try to streamline everything. I really dislike the whole rat's nest that you would normally see right around here from the hard drive and all that. Got rid of that as much as I could. But there's really no place to put these cables. This case is horrendously built. It took a lot of trials and tribulations to get it right, and you can see up there my ATX 8-pin connector. I actually have it coming in from behind the motherboard, and it comes up and behind and wraps up there. The case also doesn't really allow for much clearance, especially when you throw in the H100. If you had something like the H80 or the H50, which would mount where this fan is, you'd have a little bit more clearance, but then again, you're going to be running and bumping into that Corsair heatsink that would be on top of the CPU. So in this build, we found that the best way to get the H100 mounted would be to have a push fans that came with the Corsair H100 mounted on top of the PC. So you can see them there. They kind of sit up above it. What this did is allowed us to pull the cold air in, push it through the radiator, and then of course it would go through the case and go from there. Very awkward mount. There was a little bit of modification that needed to be done to the case, the 430 case. Once the modification was done, we were able to get everything mounted and kind of squared away. Now the computer runs like a dream. In idle, the FX-4100, we're seeing temperatures as low as 17, and they'll actually push about 25. That's pretty much on a warm day inside the house. We have yet to see the processor go over 40 degrees with this configuration. This fan mounted back here pulls air in. We have the fan mounted on the side panel, pushes air out, and then the fan mounted to the front right there also pushes air out. So we're kind of going backwards on what the case was designed to do, which is pull air through the front right here, put it in, and then bring it up and then sucked out through the top. But so far this configuration has been amazing. There's been no lag, no issues, heavy load gaming. We're waiting to get the second Sapphire card so we can crossfire and then do some 3D marks on it to kind of go from there. Just have a basic idea of the workload. That's or not the workload, but the benchmark tests. I'm going to try to disconnect everything here and show what the back of the case looks like after the cable management. It is not pretty whatsoever. So let me do that real quick.